There once was a 14-year-old boy, Danny. He used to be cheerful, curious, and just full of energy. But over the years, something began to change. At school, Danny would often interrupt the class, shout at teachers, and refuse to cooperate. At home, every single conversation with his parents seemed to turn into an argument. He started skipping lessons, fighting with his friends, and even stealing from his own family. His parents were exhausted. They kept telling themselves, "It's just a phase. We'll grow out of it." So they waited and they waited. Until one day they realized it was too late. When Danny was younger, doctors had already diagnosed him with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But his family didn't take it seriously. They truly believed he would just adjust on his own. There was no treatment, no therapy, no guidance. Now, years later, his condition had only worsened. The bright, happy boy they once knew seemed lost behind a wall of anger, confusion, and pain. And experts say this story isn't as rare as you might think. According to clinical psychologists, ADHD affects 5 to 7% of children worldwide. And boys are diagnosed 3 times more often than girls. In Vietnam, studies from the National Children's Hospital show that 3 to 8% of kids experience ADHD symptoms. Yet so many families still mistake it for normal childish energy, and that misunderstanding can be devastating. Specialists warn that the golden window for intervention is between ages 3 and 7. Early therapy and behavioral support can dramatically improve a child's focus, emotional control, and confidence. But when it's left untreated, ADHD can lead to oppositional behavior and aggression, academic decline, addiction risks, and even serious emotional disorders later in life. That's why parents are urged to observe, understand, and act early. Because a child's behavior isn't always a bad attitude. Sometimes it's a cry for help. Danny's story became a painful reminder for his family that love isn't just about patience, it's about presence. If your child struggles to focus, acts out, or seems lost, don't just wait for them to grow out of it. Help them grow through it. The earlier you listen, the brighter their future becomes. Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and join Bunny on a journey full of wonder, laughter, and learning.